everyone, my name is Isabella Kung, and today we'll be talking about fruit and how to paint it from beginning to end, including the sketch face. But I picked a Fuji apple because A, they are delicious, so I can reward myself after I paint this, and B, I just love the textures and the colors it has. Look at the range of different stripes it has around it, wrapping around this entire apple. There's the inside. Once you cut it open, look the beautiful way the inside of the fruit and the seeds, the nice little patterns, and the glossy and juiciness of the inside fruit. It will present really nice highlights and variety for this entire composition. Let's go over the materials we're using today. So I'm using Archie's watercolor paper, 140 pounds. It's a middle weight, not too thick, not too thin, so relatively affordable. There's a different type of technique that you combine pencil with watercolor and you really rely on the pencil drawing and you want that to show through. That's completely up to you. They don't bleed over, but personally I'm gonna just, at least in this demo and tutorial, I'm gonna just use very, very lightly, and that's not gonna be a highlight in my painting. So I'm gonna just start with the apple, laying down, I'm still doing a wet on wet layer, but I'm just laying down water on a specific area that I want the colors to bleed into. You can go a little bit more in depth, like if you see a little bit light at the bottom of the apple, it's the reflective light. So whatever light that bounces off of the table or whatever it's sitting on and bounces back into the object. Always keep in mind, you're not a photographer, you're not a photocopying machine. You don't have to copy everything exactly alike to what you see. As long as, you're trying to imitate it, you're trying to follow what the natural groove or texture of things. But remember, you don't have to stress yourself over to say like, oh, there's only, 8 marks over here, so I'm gonna only paint 8 marks. You don't have to go quite so accurate, as long as it's a kiwi fruit. Every fruit has different amounts of grooves, I guess. Painting directly on dry paper for my kiwi. Actually, this part you don't quite have to be as careful because you want to show how fuzzy they are. So the edges, you don't have to have a smooth edge. Be a little bit loose about it. Black is such a dense color, a dense pigment, and it dries fairly matte. So like it kind of becomes like this black hole that will absorb all the attention, and it doesn't let your eye or the area breathe. It kind of just covers it up with this dark value. So I try not to use black specifically just for like shadows. I try to mix a dark color with pigments that I already have, especially darker colors. When you mix all those together, you basically can make your own black in a sense. I'm gonna try to start painting the rest of the paper, and this I'm gonna add more of that cobalt blue. I don't want it to be quite so gray, but I'm gonna add more water to it also because it's gonna be pretty light. I'm just painting the grooves of the paper here.